My lords, today I bring you a report regarding records concerning a fanatical xenophobic race of genocidal aliens who undertook a path to build a megastructure known as the Aetherophasic Engine. Their intention to ascend to a higher plane of existence, but purge our galaxy at the same time. We have various sets of ramblings from a high-ranking government official detailing the events. I shall read them for you now. For a long time, we have known that we were meant for greater things, that our destiny was nothing less than the fate of the universe itself. Over the last couple of years, this notion is growing stronger, to the point that it can no longer be denied that a great change is coming to our society. We stand on the precipice today. The galaxy may not be ready for inevitable domination, but our empire is ready for the galaxy. We will be misunderstood. We will be opposed, but we will not be stopped. The universe shall tremble. It is our destiny. A quiet mania has begun sweeping through our population. Its origin seems intangible, but we have become preoccupied with the notion that we are destined for greater things. We should investigate the cause of this mass hysteria and its whispered promise of galactic domination. We think there is something beyond reality. Several months have passed, and we've discovered something that we're naming the Great Prospect. It appears that there is some kind of hidden layer to the universe, a mysterious parallel dimension somehow connected to this plane through neurological activity or thought patterns. Our physics and society departments have jointly named this dimension the Shroud. The working hypothesis is that the actions and thoughts of our citizens indirectly affect this alternate dimension, and that we have the potential to access its energy. We are Legion. We will not be denied. The impressive effects of our unity is undeniable. A deep-seated motivation and hunger for expansion permeates every corner of our society, bringing forth astounding advances in combat capabilities and scientific leaps that we could not have anticipated before. What chance does a galaxy full of differing opinions, random resource distributions, and clashing interests have against a concord such as the will of our empire? This is the way. I see ripples in space. The current theory is that the universe we know and the Shroud are linked, and that particularly disruptive effects may have a rippling effect, translating from one dimension to the other. We hope to put this theory to the test. We've spent many months trying to tap into this well of power. The massive amounts of data from all the tests regarding this supposed dimensional ripple have finally been processed. The results are spectacular. There is definitely a connection, and a powerful one at that. Explicit patterns have been found showing how actions taken in our reality cause certain fluctuations in the Shroud, and this proves that the unseen energies can be tamed, and eventually directed for all sorts of extraordinary purposes. They will kneel. The years go by, and yet the fires within each of our citizens burns with unshakable determination. Our dominion is expanding, and so is the magnitude of our efforts. As we encounter other empires, we have only to give them two options: unconditional allegiance or total annihilation. That is, if we give them an option at all. One way or another, we continue to grow. We go forth and conquer. The strengthening of our dominion, combined with the undeniable sense of purpose that is unifying our species, has led our scientists to believe that we are already being fueled by the energies of the Shroud. We are no longer in any doubt that the very act of successfully expanding our empire is infused with the strange energies of the Shroud. These energies boost and hone both mind and matter in our reality. If these are the effects the Shroud can bestow while still separated from reality, then imagine what godlike potential we would have if the two dimensions were merged. We must accomplish this. A great change is coming. We are on the verge of realizing our supreme goal. Each and every citizen feels it, with every fibre of their being. Our destiny is at hand. Our experience, nay, our very history of forceful expansion still rewards us with new ways to subjugate our enemies and usurp control of a galaxy in turmoil. Surely those who dare stand against us must see the futility of their whimpering efforts. One after another, they will yield. The time has come to find a way to unleash the energies of the Shroud and tap into this unfathomable source of power. The current theory is that a sufficiently large power surge could rupture the barrier between dimensions, ultimately leading to the two realities merging. The energies of the Shroud belong to those who seize it, so let us be the ones to seize it. This day marks the beginning of the final chapter. We now have a plan on how to tear open the barrier between worlds and let the energies of the Shroud become one with our universe, ultimately granting our empire power beyond reckoning. We shall use our own star as the focal point. We will gather sufficient quantities of energy in this reality to power a surge that will pierce the barrier into the Shroud and merge the two planes. We need to harvest the power of multiple suns, and we shall do this using new mobile space fortresses that we have called Star Eaters. The only slight side effect of the sun harvest process is that the surrounding celestial bodies may suffer compromised structural integrity and complete obliteration. But this is a small price to pay for the power that will soon be ours. The beginning of the end is upon us. Our time has come. We have reached a pivotal moment in our quest to subvert the psychic domain of the Shroud. The framework of a great, wondrous new megastructure, the Aetherophasic Engine, now surrounds the star of our home system. Once this megastructure has been completed, the barriers between worlds will be erased, and we can claim the Shroud for ourselves. Our minds will no longer be limited by the physical constraints of our feeble bodies, and reality itself will be at our mercy. Truly, there can be no higher plane of existence. Paradise awaits. The Star Eaters have been ruthlessly effective in gathering dark matter, cracking stars across the galaxy, and as such, the first phase of the construction of the Aetherophasic Engine has been completed. We are beginning to tap into the energies of the Shroud, which is sending psionic shockwaves across the galaxy. A tenuous foothold has been established. Work must continue on the engine to expand our presence within the Shroud. We must gather more dark matter. More stars must be cracked. The tendrils of the engine now reach deep into the Shroud, and our beachhead continues to widen. The entities that dwell there have started to take notice of our efforts to invade them, but so far there has been no significant attempt to intervene. It is now time to force open a more permanent conduit between our worlds. Work on the engine continues. We require more dark matter. Finally, the engine has ripped a massive hole in the fabric of the Shroud. It is not yet large enough for us to fully subvert the realm, but the rupture has spurred a lot of activity among the entities that live there. They finally recognize the threat we pose, but their efforts will amount to nothing. The tendrils of the engine are embedded too deeply in the Shroud to be severed now. We are close. So very close, nothing can stop us. We stand on the cusp of godhood. The engine is completed, and the vast power of the Shroud lies within our grasp. When the engine is activated, the resulting subspace backlash will detonate every single star in the galaxy. All galactic life will be raised, but by then we will have safely left this reality behind, for a higher plane of existence, where time has no meaning, and where the very fabric of the universe is ours to do with as we please. Destiny awaits. My lords, it is unclear what happened next. We can only assume that the engine did not fire, or the Empire was subverted, externally or internally. Perhaps the contingency awoke to prevent the firing of the engine. Perhaps this event is the Class 30 singularity that they were built to safeguard the galaxy from. I'd appreciate any input you have on this matter. Meanwhile, I shall now detail the two key pieces of technology discussed in the above report, the Star Eaters and the Aetherophasic Engine itself. Starting with the Star Eaters. Star Eaters are colossal spaceborne superweapons, perhaps the most potent vessel we have ever reported on. We have small snippets of reports regarding their construction. The blueprint of the Star Eater sprawls before us, a labyrinth of intricate designs and unfathomable complexes. We labour tirelessly, wielding our tools with precision and determination. Every bolt and every circuit is meticulously crafted, each component holding the key to this grand creation. We are the pioneers of the unknown, pushing the boundaries of what is thought to be possible. But it's not just the physical manifestation that enthralls us. It is the knowledge that we are venturing into uncharted territories, unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos. We have become the custodians of a force that can reshape galaxies, wielding a power that humbles even the mightiest empires. It would appear, my lords, that these blueprints, these designs if you will, for this Star Eater, were perhaps either stolen from the Shroud, or somehow pushed into the mind of those who were trying to break free from it. We have copies, and I can discuss the designs with you now. Star Eaters are cuboid by design, giving them quite a bizarre look compared to our conventional battleship designs. They have multiple weapons platforms, 3 suitable to hold large weapons, 7 medium slots, and 5 small slots. They have 4 hangar bays, able to service 8 strike craft each, and 2 point defense slots. As expected for a vessel of this size, they have 20 hardpoints, which can be equipped with shield emitters or further reinforced armor plating, and finally 2 auxiliary slots, which, as you well know, can be equipped with a wide range of technologies, from chips to assist tracking to shield boosting tech. The final and perhaps key piece of equipment this vessel carries is its star cracker element. Unlike other conventional colossi which we've seen use their world-destroying energy weapons to crack planets, this thing can crack a star and defend itself while doing it. We estimate that depending on the size of the star, it would take a little over 90 days to charge the device and a further 30 days of continuous firing before the star enters a catastrophic cascade failure and explodes. We, as of yet, have no concrete strategies on how to defeat these leviathans. They can be set up in numerous ways, and we would have to figure it out on the fly should we come up against one. I would note, however, despite their tremendous hull integrity, given their immense size, a fleet of cloaked frigates armed with the strongest torpedoes we have would likely stand a good chance of damaging one, if not destroying it entirely. The Star Eater, however, is not the largest concern that has come out of this report. That would be the Aetherophasic Engine, the device built to tear a hole in the fabric of reality. Again, it is unclear quite how the designs for this device were acquired. We wonder how much the Empire who went down this road were manipulated by the beings who occupy the Shroud. Did one of their scientists dream this device up, or was it put into their mind by force? We shall never know. But we do know that the device is built in 5 stages, and does not appear to be constructed like a conventional megastructure using alloy. Instead, it requires only dark matter, in far larger requirements each time. Furthermore, the device appears to be able to pull large quantities of basic materials, seemingly out of thin air, again through an unknown method. But as the device increases in power, it will start to create minerals and energy to assist its creators. In total, one would require 140,000 units of dark matter to build it, a not inconsequential amount. And given the likelihood of other empires across the galaxy not wishing to fund these exploits, it would seem that the majority must be harvested from stars using the Star Eaters we have already discussed. And finally, my lords, we must consider what happens to an empire who chooses to fire this device. Does the empire ascend to godlike beings on another, higher plane of existence? Or do they simply die, along with the rest of the galaxy, as every star is annihilated in a symphony of destruction? I am uncertain. Though science tells me ascension is unlikely, we have seen some strange and wondrous things throughout our time in this galaxy. As with the details regarding the Class 30 singularity, I would leave these 2 topics for you to discuss with your peers. Thanks for watching, folks. What do you think happens to an empire that fires the Aetherophasic Engine? ascension, or death, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to hear another story, please click the video on screen now.